see if I'm live again. Okay, seems to be working now. Alright. I had some internet disruption, but now it's fine. And I was offline for an hour. Okay, so Bitcoin went up to the Tenkan-sen and then it went down, which is very strange. Okay, this quote is holding it on the 21 minute. Let's see this. Okay, so it looks like let's see the 3 hours. The VWAP is turning up, which is a nice bullish signal. 4 hours is also looking nice. Although the money flow is going up, you know, the VWAP, I don't know what's going to happen, honestly. And this momentum wave seems to be turning down, so I think yeah, this is nice, but the 45 minute also nice signal. 1 hour as well. Let's see 3 hour, not so good. On the daily it looks quite bullish, to be honest. On the weekly, let's see. On the weekly don't have a green dot, but it looks bullish also. So let's see the 5 minute is turning down. This MACD is looking nice, by the way. If we go through this quote, this level, maybe I'll open another long, but for now I want to wait for now. Let's see options. Not much interesting here. So 2, 4, 3. We had what is the volume of the options? This was like a little bit of fake, you know, to everyone to go long, and now it is getting rejected. Yeah, it's not nice. It's not nice. Maybe it will be quick, and then, but the 30 minute is turning, the momentum is turning around to the downside. I don't like this. Don't like this at all. Not liking it. Not at all. What's happening with this one? Oh, okay. I just want to see the open interest change. So we have more calls on the hour, on the 2 hour we have more calls, 4 hour more calls, 8 hour calls, 12 hour like more calls, 18 hour is mixed, daily daily is more put. So the calls have increased in the lower time frames, which should be bullish. Why we're getting rejected here? I don't understand. I just don't understand. Maybe I have to. Yeah, this wasn't working. So we're getting rejected from this quote, and this looks too high, to be honest. Very mixed. This is going down. The 15 minute also is going down. 30 minute just about to go down. When in doubt, zoom out. So before we take over this quote, I'm not doing anything. Yeah, absolutely. On this one, let's refresh it. This is quite bullish. Yeah, this is even going up more. I don't know, guys. I have to wait for resolution here.
To talk about, I remember people getting super bullish thinking that we were going to break out and Bitcoin was going to be back into the uptrend, but we have to be objective here and say that until we reverse market structure and put in a higher high on divergence where momentum was making a higher high, we are seeing the money flow crossing down from the blue into the red. The last time we saw this happen, we were right about here in the crash from the 2017-2018 bull run. Okay, so what that means is potentially now we have another, if we take out our measurement tool right here and come down, potentially we could see another 50% move to the downside from this area before we finally start to get a movement back to the upside. Now I'm not saying that's definitely going to happen, I'm just saying it's a possibility. I want you
Just to say something.
you to notice something else. When we were in this downtrend before, we were getting lots of pumpage, and people were always expecting it to be the bottom, right? Even here, people were expecting it to be the bottom. We had this fake bull run in 2019 before the Rona dump, right? So I'm not trying to get ultra bearish here. I'm just trying to be realistic, because the truth is we need to basically trade what the chart is telling us, and we cannot be overly hopeful if we're getting overly bearish signals like this. Now, what I would expect potentially on Market Cypher B on this weekly time frame is we do get some kind of a relief rally right here, followed by another wave to the downside, seeing that money flow cross over, and then finally putting in our bottom somewhere below where we're at right now. And I'm going to get into exact targets in a second, but I do want to bring up one more thing on the monthly time frame, and I just saw another YouTuber talk about this, and I thought it was very interesting, and so I want to talk about it as well. But if we come over here and we turn on our stochastic RSI, we can see that the stochastic RSI is crossing down below the 20 level, which only happens when we are about to get another move to the downside before bottoming out. Okay, so if we go to log scale, we can see here that back in the day when we were in the 2013 bull run and we had the crash, when we crossed below that 20 level, what happened? We got a little bit of a relief rally followed by another 75% to the downside. And then in 2017, what happened when the oscillator, the stochastic RSI crosses below 20, what happens right there? Literally, as it's crossing, we get a relief rally of a nice big 55%, but then we come back down even lower. After the relief rally, we come back down another 65%. Okay, right now the oscillator is crossing under the 20 level, and so it's possible we do get some kind of relief right here, but we do need to be aware that we could see another big move to the downside, potentially another 58-60% ish. Now, if we go to the weekly time frame and we just draw some basic technical analysis here, first of all, it's very interesting to see that we have this pattern going on here, which is a rising wedge. Okay, we had this rising wedge right here that officially we have broken down from, right? We had this rising wedge to the low, to the high, to the low, to the high, came down below, back tested it. All right, if we just take the target of this wedge right here, we can see that potentially we could see the Bitcoin coming down to around, if we just straighten it out right here, about $16,000 would be the technical target of this wedge. Now, if we also take some fib levels right here, okay, I'm just going to take a fib from the Rona dump to the all-time high, and I want you to notice that we do have the 786 fib target coming in right around $17,000. In addition to that, right in that zone, we also do have the previous bull market all-time high. Now, the reason I'm saying this is because we need to be prepared and aware that the chart right now is looking super bullish. If I saw something like this on the 4-hour time frame, I would be expecting more downside on the 4-hour time frame. But for some reason, when people look at big time frames, they feel like these time frames are never going to play out. But these time frames usually always play out. It just takes so much longer. So as day traders and scalpers, right, it takes us a little bit, we don't really notice until we go back in hindsight and say, wow, look at this massive bearish divergence on the monthly time frame that's playing out right now. But we saw it up here and we're like, it's too big of a time frame. We can't really take it too seriously. We should probably take these things a little bit more seriously. Okay, so two of the major targets that I could see right here would be definitely this golden pocket around 25K, and then this 17K to 20K region here. And if we do lose that, okay, if we lose the 20K area, we really don't have much more support until technically the 2019 high, which is coming right around 14K. So these are just areas that we do need to be aware of. I know Bitcoin is the most bullish asset that has ever existed, but these are just things we need to be aware of. Okay, now in the meantime, we can trade, right? We've been absolutely killing it over in the VIP Discord. We have been absolutely killing it over here, taking longs and shorts. I mean, the juiciest trades in the world. We took a long from right here, and then just recently took a short from right up here in this purple box. Both of those trades are in the juiciest profits right now. These are trade setups that we do give in advance in the VIP Discord over here. You can see the long trade was given. We know what we're looking for. It doesn't matter if the market is going up or down. You can make lots of money in these markets if you know what you are doing, if you have the proper tools at your disposal, and if you have the knowledge and the skills to capitalize on the volatility, right? So we saw Bitcoin was dumping to a key level, looking for our confirmations on market cipher B, and then boom, we get into the trade. And then also, earlier today we were looking at these multiple shorts that we have been taking from these areas. And we were waiting for price to come above this level and reject with a bearish divergence on market cipher B. That's exactly what did happen. And by the way, if you want to join this Discord where we give daily technical analysis updates showing you the exact levels and areas that we're looking to trade, as well as potential trade setups like this Sol short that we took this morning, we looked at the setup in advance right here, looking for our confirmations. We get our confirmations, we enter the trade, we take profit on the trade. And of course, this trade is now closed out in juicy profit, guys. You can go to patreon.com/Jason Casper. It's a great community where you can learn and grow as a trader. Also, if you want to learn this stuff, if you want to learn how to long and short in these markets and make money doing this, you can go to jasoncaspertrading.com. There's currently a 20% discount in the description. This course will give you the knowledge and the skills you need to become a confident, profitable trader. You will learn how to feel confident in your trades, how to systematize it, how to always have a plan so that you are never left not knowing what to do, so that you're never in a position without a plan. You'll always know where to enter, where to take profit, how to use well-tested strategies in order to make profits and lock in profit, maximize your profits through good risk management and mindset. There's currently a 20% discount. You can check out the success stories right here. You will learn everything you need to know in order to get started, even if you've never looked at a chart before. Check it out. So I want to talk about what if we do get a move to the upside? What if this really was the bottom? What if this juicy trade that we took from about 30, let's see, where was the actual trade that we took from literally right down here at this level at 32.9, 33K. I think my exact entry is 33.1 something. Let me check. My exact entry on that trade. I'm actually in multiple positions. This was like a scalp, 33.1, and then I'm in other positions as well from the same entry, but with lower leverage because I intend to actually build into a swing trade position. So, same area but lower leverage to build into a swing position if we come in for that higher low. Well, I think some of the main areas we need to be aware of if this in fact was a low and we're going to get real relief here is this. If we go to the daily time frame and we just put on basically this major level on the chart, which is that $41,000 level right about here. The reason why this is such an important level, guys, is because this is a massive support resistance flip. We can see that back here in the winter this was resistance, then flipped into support through all this time. So now obviously it is our resistance. So we might get relief up into this purple box and then reject. That's option number one. Option number two is if we confirm above this purple box, especially if we put a higher high than $44,000 and then we actually reverse large term market structure, I would see us now holding this box of support, potentially getting a move to one of these key areas. If we take the Fibonacci retracement from the high to the low right here, we can see that the two major areas that I would really be looking to trade would be the 382 level, which gives us confluence with the high volume node that we formed in this little sideways area right here, and then this golden pocket up here, which actually has massive confluence with the entire high volume node from this whole entire year. So if we're going to get a relief rally, I would expect it to come up to around the $57,000 area max, and then I'm actually expecting another move to the downside so that we would have a high, a low, a lower high, putting in a lower low anywhere between. Honestly, guys, the main areas, again, that I would be looking for Bitcoin to bottom out would be that golden pocket right here of around 26 to 28K, or potentially even that 786 fib level around $17,000 around some of these areas. Yes, we have other areas around here. We can see we have some consolidation right here, and of course we have the previous bull market all-time high around 20K. These are all levels to be aware of. But as we come down, if we make it down to these areas, these are the areas where I am looking to dollar cost average into Bitcoin on spot. And by the way, guys, this is not financial advice. I don't really trade with real money. I'm just a paper trader. This is a picture of me. Never take financial advice from a guy who looks like this. Never take financial advice from a guy who shows you adult diapers and says, should you enter a trade? Well, it really depends, guys. I don't know. And never listen to a guy who shows you pictures of uneven butt cheeks, because that is what he looks for on the chart. All I do all day, guys, is sit here and look for uneven butt cheeks on the chart, because that is what gets me into a trade. Whenever I see that nice juicy left butt cheek followed by a not so juicy right butt cheek and prices making a lower low, that is always a long signal for me. Of course, paper trading only, not financial advice, guys. So all this is to say, those are the levels that I'm looking for to the upside and to the downside. All right. If you found this video useful in any way, shape, or form, make sure to like the video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, because we pride ourselves in providing the juiciest golden tidbits and technical analysis, little bite-sized chunks of juiciness. All right. God bless everybody in the name of Jesus the Messiah, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.
So bought diamond in the end. It seems we're getting rejected. I hope the relief rally is going a little bit higher, but maybe we get rejected from this level.
Hello, friends. It is your friend, Crypto Face. And, boy, wow, looks like it's Wednesday. Jeez, I thought yesterday was Monday. Um, man, when your sleep cycle's like upside down or whatever hibernation, man, it's crazy. Could have swore one day went by, but it's been almost three. So this morning, tonight, today, we're going to go over the 20% drop video that I did Sunday night, and where we're kind of at with everything. So we'll go over the main points first. It actually on this daily hitch, we said we were front running it, and we sure did, because that ended up changing, and we certainly never got any red dot confirmation on that. And so 12 hours after the video, we actually had a green dot pop up, momentum reversed. And that's been pretty much that so far. The standard markets doing all right. Looks like there's some Google news. They're doing a stock split. Everyone's kind of doing what they can to grab what extra money's out there. And there's this talk about, everyone's talking about war and it's hard to know what's real and what isn't. But if there is, and there has been since November 5th, there is a reason why we went major long on oil, major long on Raytheon, major long on General Quadrenics Dynamics, is because literally 12:01 that night, bombs were flying again. Not a joke. Look it up. That night, shoo! As soon as Trump left, shoo! Bombs were dropping again. And what do we know about war? We're always at war. There's always wars going on. It was just different, and I'm just speaking from the United States perspective. That was the first 4 years we didn't really have military war conflict like we normally have. Not saying there was any conflict anywhere, and there's always shit going on, but not like it always has been, and always will be. So we had a 4-year break, but war stocks politics, they say. War stocks politics. Now, I'm not saying no war's gonna I mean, maybe you know, movement, whatever they can do to keep money going from one place to another and moving back and forth, even if it means bloodshed of the young. It's just the way they kind of keep money flowing and keep shaving off the top. I didn't really mean to go off on this tangent. I'm not trying to change the subject from the fact that the 20% thing's not looking good right now, because it's not. So I might, and it ain't over yet. I could, if I'm. Anyways, let's get back on track. So that daily didn't hitch, kept on going. And the RSIs are chilling here. Just kind of have a little curvature, you know, whatever. That's good. Going to the 12-hour RSIs, yeah, coming up. Still a little gap, but still coming up. And we are right at the spider line. In fact, we got rejected off the spider line. And it's kind of like, all right, are we going to come up here and push through? Are we going to have, you know, when things are gapped like this, we can have big wicks, you know, just like before, just like last time. This is what happened to me last time, right? Back here, I was talking about how I want to short and catch the big one, and I'm macro short for like the next week or so. And then I pencil necked out, did a little long right here, got it right here, and then it ended up happening. It took time. And it kind of happened unexpectedly. I didn't think this was going to be a big one, but this one was. This was on the weekend, I think, right? I think that was Saturday. I think that was a weekend dump, Friday or Saturday. And so, you know, shit, that might be what's going to happen again. We might be going great for the next 2 days, and then whammy, and then all over again. I miss it all over again. You know what I'm saying? But to be honest, right now, it's really about checking myself. You know, if things don't go the way I thought, especially, I mean, it happened pretty quick. When the 12-hour, this is what invalidated the immediate term, really, especially the candle after. And it went down to 36.6, and then went from 38.7, 38.8 down, back down at 36.845. Man, wicked. So, we have here. It's interesting right here. A weekly might be having a pinch off here. Now, I'm not trying to front run again, but this got some curve. It's going against money flow coming down, but again, what in my gut feeling on this would be, sure, this can absolutely, it would have a move up, you know, but not like all-time high type of stuff. It would not all the way back up, but it's dropped 50-60% already. Maybe it'll come down, come back up. Everyone goes yippee you, yippee yee ha, yay. Time has to go by. It's gotta do something, man. It's gotta do something. Time goes by. It's goes different directions. 1 or 2 days it goes one direction, another 1 2 days goes the other. But I got my hands in my pockets, man. My hands are in my pockets, and I'm a little kind of kicking the. I'm kind of like the kid kicking the cup down the sidewalk. Those gaps, man. These gaps. Still think that there ain't no legs up or down. And I think that's why we're seeing these big volatile candles. There's not much money on the books, so someone can push that price. Someone can, dare I say it, manipulate if they want to. That doesn't mean that's what's going on. That just because there's a big candle doesn't mean it's manipulation. Or that it's purposeful manipulation. One little fact here. The spider line we are currently at is the 29K line. This was a scenario where we come down, for a little bit. If this thing fights up, I don't have the answers though right now. At least for now. This doesn't look bad for the bulls. Nice little VWAP coming up. Momentum triggering right there. Might have a little something in her. I don't know. Maybe we'll. I don't know. We'll see. Let's take a look at.
shit started to dump. Now let's see. Are we live? Whew.
Man, I swear this is a pattern we've seen 100 times. Uh, looks like Chapel on the Hill. You know, that's what I would call this. The Chapel on the Hill. I would have to go back and see. I might do that tonight. I might go back and try to find on all different time frames the chapel on the hill. Here's the chapel. Here's the hill. What happens after the chapel on the hill? Probably just, in reality, do the same thing as do again. Spend some more time and. I must say, and I don't know if it's maybe the same with you guys. The people close to me, my friends, family, that are in altcoins and crypto and metaverse coins, they, all of them, I haven't gotten, I don't think, any calls or text messages of anyone like, oh, what should I do? Should I sell? Everyone's been remaining pretty calm and pretty cool and just waiting it out. And even if they didn't have any crypto before, they've heard about and seen these drops, and so maybe they're more, maybe people have gotten better at hodling, or just the idea. Or maybe it's just kind of people wisened up to see how screwed up everything else is, and what else are you gonna do? Look at these guys trying to say, where's the headline here? Trying to say oil slips down under $89. Whoa, boy, it's oil slips to 89. That's like a new high. I can't. That's like a new high. It's at its high. Where is that? Let me see if where's that headline here? These guys literally, there's a headline saying, oil slips down. It's like, I don't get it, man. And it wasn't ever even over 89. It was at 89, slips down. These guys are crazy. So. Don't believe the hype, I guess. I don't know. As far as, immediate trades right now and getting some of the price action, identify the environment. I always say, and there's windows. There's going to be times where there's a lot of confident trades, and there's going to be the opposite times where I'm not really, or you're not really seeing anything that's jumping out at you. And as of right now, I don't see anything begging me that I don't see anything that's making me not a trade I cannot refuse. That don't mean that there's not great trades and probably some great price movement. There is, but that's just me. And it's the tortoise. The tortoise that wins the decathlon, not the spazzed out chipmunk. Speaking of, I almost did this video in voice mod with the Daniel Pena chipmunk. I re-downloaded it, but it just wasn't getting the job done. We're going to be relaunching a whole new line of merch with a much better distributor. So whatever's left here is I think we got like another 100 mugs still. Some size of everything. I'm going to get a direct list. I think we're going to do like a blowout sale. Everything must go on merch. Coming real soon. Official sponsor of our boy Platinum Mike Perry. Fighting in February. Heard nothing but great things about the Market Cipher Academy and our educators. Yeah. But yeah, this man, when this hits, the front running's real, man. When the whole front running and it not being what you front ran, and that's real, man. That shit changed. That candle changed. As I said, we ain't politicians, and neither are you. Hopefully, and if you are, when you're trading, let go of that damn ego. It's hard. It's hard. That's a daily scrap, kind of. Anyways, I think that's all I got to say. I hope you guys are gonna have a great day. Yeah. B-I-O-K-A.
Good morning, folks. We've got a number of interesting items for you today. Lightning, a comet disaster in the past, and Earth's magnetic field. But first, we expected a little CME overnight, so let's begin at spaceweathernews.com and find the last day on our star mostly quiet. The coronal hole turns through center disk, and on the north, departing, we find one burst towards the end of the sequence. Let's go to the CME impacted Earth first. Quiet solar wind was modestly enhanced as the shock wave came across our planet right about the time it was expected. Not very fast, not very dense, but an easily noticeable shock signature which drove only minor geomagnetic activity. We did get several high C-class flares, and one of these tried to pop out a CME. Most of the plasma did collapse back down. We will still be watching the sunspots on the north and south. They are large and developing flare capabilities, and the coronal hole will enhance geospace solar wind this weekend. Eyes on the sun. And now, eyes on the ocean, as the first Sentinel-6 sea level height product is released. It is always so incredible to see how much variation there is in the ocean at any given time. They like to paint sea level rise as homogeneous in the news, but there are always above and below average areas. Now, let's head into the past. Yet another example of an ancient civilization disappearing suddenly and modern scientists blaming it on a comet. As with every other instance of this kind, there are tremendous signs that it was actually a solar event, especially the sediment and isotope analysis. Of course, this one hits the super flare timeline as well. Perfectly hard to ignore. Up next, we have a look at modeling the magnetic field over the Holocene. It mentions how the modern shift is unlike anything seen over that period, which is kind of obvious. We haven't had an excursion since 12,000 years ago, and we're back in one now. But look at where the South Atlantic anomaly used to be, the Northeast Indian Ocean, the exact place where the North and South magnetic poles are set to meet in their shift, on collision course for Sumatra. Now, that's a coincidence. And it brings us to yesterday's big story on lightning. It was just a couple years ago we reported new records for distance and duration of a strike. Anyone remember this one? Well, yesterday, they described new records for both, and both of those bolts happened a couple years ago, but it does take that long to analyze some of the data. As almost every article is shockingly and correctly pointing out, this has nothing to do with climate change or global warming or human pollution. But what they leave out is it does have to do with cosmic rays, the global electric circuit, and the changing electrodynamics of Earth. Again, because we are entering geomagnetic excursion and approaching the next stage of Earth. We greatly appreciate your support. We've got wind maps and shots of our star to close. Subscribe and we'll do this all again tomorrow. Right here, but right now at 6 a.m. in the new Valley of the Sun. Eyes open. No fear. Be safe, everyone.
I need to check something and probably not sure if I end the stream now and not come back later. So we'll see. Maybe have a dinner and probably. But till later.